What's up, everybody? Welcome to another episode of 52 Haircuts a Year, a vlog where I take you through my journey of cutting my hair 52 times in 1 year, which translates to, if all works out well, 1 haircut per week all year long. This is episode number 1515. Alright, so we're going to get started with today's haircut. Today is episode 15, week 15, and we're still trying to play a little bit of catch up, but for the most part, we're right there. This time, what I'm going to do is I'm going to repeat the haircut from last week, which is just clean it up a little bit, and I'm going to run a 2-clip, and then I'm going to line up the back, line up the edges, and then we're all done. But before that, let me give you a quick rundown if this is the first time you watching this vlog. First of all, thank you. And second, let me explain to you kind of how it goes down. I come in here, I say hello, tell you what week it is, tell you what I'm gonna do with my hair. Then I start cutting my hair. But before I do that, I choose a topic that we're gonna talk about while I'm cutting my hair. Typically has to do with something that went down in my life, whether it's with my kids, with business and my kids, with family. But for the most part, it leans more towards what kind of lessons that we learn together with my kiddos and my wife and us as a family. So like I said, today is week 15, and I'm gonna just do a quick little cleanup with a 2-clip and clean up the edges, and I think that's it. We're gonna get started. So I got my clippers already oiled up. And again, just a quick rundown, I do use a Wahl peanut, and because I'm just doing a very light trim, I'm going to use the peanut for the whole haircut. Otherwise, I'd use the large machine. Like next week, if I go down to a 1, I'll use the big machine. I won't put my little one through such torture. But since it's just so little hair that's going to get cut, I like using the finer bladed machine just for the little tiny hair. So I oiled it before we got on, and then I also already used my masking tape to mask out the hairline in the back. So let me do that, and then we'll get started with the regular haircut and the talk. As you guys know, I do this first because my hand is less trembly. I'm just getting started, kind of like my hand is fresh. You know, my muscles ain't hurting from being in this awkward position. So I'm able to have a little bit more control. Not that much needed, but of course, if this is the first time you've ever done this motion, you won't be as comfortable as someone who's been doing this since he was 15 years old. So it takes a little getting used to. So that's the lineup back here. That's kind of a template. Usually I put the tape on while I'm on camera. That just takes up a lot of time of me sometimes missing. And just as a reminder, I do have a dedicated tutorial video on how to do this, on how to place the tape, and it's more of a, like I said, a tutorial for that part. So just scroll up my video library, and it's maybe like 3 videos back if you're watching episode 15. Alright, so just styling it all in, getting it all cleaned up. Nice tight shave. And we're good to go. Remove the tape. The template. And there you go. The hairline is all cleaned up. Now we can start. Alright, so today's topic is why I let my kids, as an entrepreneur dad, why do I let my kids miss out on money or lose out on profit? You know, ultimately, what's profit? It's moolah, it's cambio, it's, change, it's money in your pocket. So why do I let them sometimes, or as many times as possible, lose out on money when it's sometimes obvious for me, like, oh, you're gonna miss out on that deal. I'll let them, or maybe give them the advice once or the suggestion once, and then I step away. And if they procrastinate, or like, I'm visually watching them like miss out on it, I won't say anything. So that's the topic card. We'll get started again. Clip number 2. So yeah, why is it that I let my kids lose money sometime? And I'm gonna pick one. I'll pick one situation that recently happened. There's a few, and it's coincidentally 2 of them happened in the last 2-3 weeks. But the one that just recently happened, which is simple enough to talk about here without getting too complicated in the explanation, was why do I let my kids lose money? Because I believe it's better to learn by experience, to learn by it actually happening to you. If I were to put a number and say an age is what I mean by number, like, okay, you're 18 or you're 19 or you're 20, you should know this by this age. That's kind of going the old school traditional grades at school kind of way. And what I mean by grades is like first grade, second grade, third grade, like you have to learn this by this age. It's like, well, as a body they're that age, but maybe they're not that age in here, in the maturity, in the being part, in the soul, right? So sometimes you gotta let them go through the action so they learn, and then it really gets embedded in there, and they really learn it. They learn it because it happened. They learn it because they felt it. I'll tell you a very simple kind of what happened. Since my daughter started kind of blossoming and creating a following on the internet, she got to a point, obviously early on, kind of like where I'm at right now. I don't have a large following at all compared to her, but she had her following, and I started watching it growing, and I started watching her develop her style and her channel and what she was going to do with it. Well, my hair's a little longer than I expected. Maybe I should have used the big machine. And I told her, it's once I saw that she got to maybe like 1,000 subscribers on YouTube, and she was getting up there in her numbers on Instagram, I told her, you know what? It looks like you're taking this seriously. It looks like you've created some momentum. There's something, have you heard of affiliate links? And she's like, no, what is that? I've heard it mentioned, but what is it? So I gave her a brief explanation of what it was. You partner up with companies, and then you refer them if you're interested on what that is, or you don't know what that is. I won't explain it here. You could go Google it. But and I go, but you're putting up a lot of opportunity for you to put an affiliate link, so you can get another stream. And I told her about it, and it was simple, and she didn't, she had a good like, oh, okay, cool, thanks. And then I watched, and maybe every month at first, I would ask, hey, did you sign up for affiliate links? I'm like, no, I haven't yet, but I will. I was like, okay. Then instead of asking every month, I started asking every 2 months. And then I started asking, oh, did you see that? Beast. I started asking every 2 months, hey, what's up with the affiliate links? No, I haven't done it. Okay. I knew that every time she wouldn't put up an affiliate link, it was people were clicking away on the items she was suggesting or she was reviewing, and she was missing out on a pipeline. She was missing out on potential money that she could have been making. But I would let her just go about her business and do what it is she had to do, but she was aware of it. And then the moment came of sweetness where she got the education. Something clicked, something triggered enough of a video that or maybe just time happened, and something clicked, and she said, I'm assuming this is what she said, I'm gonna go sign up and start my affiliate program. So she signed up, and she started doing it. This took maybe a rough estimate, about a year from the moment I initially told her to when she actually did it. And then these words, I quote her, these words came out of her mouth. It was so easy, I kicked myself in the butt for not doing it sooner. And I was like, okay, cool. You did it. Congratulations. I'm glad you did it. And you move forward, move on to the next one. And way to go. Congratulations. And I walked away with a smile because she learned it on her own. It really sunk in, and she realized that she should have done it sooner, but she didn't. But she did it at the right time. If I would have forced her earlier, if I would have said, you gotta do it now, come on, let's go do it right now, let's go do it right now, that's not guiding her. That's not inspiring her. That's forcing her to do it. Yeah, granted, she would have got the benefits of it, but the quick fix, that would have been the sprint. She would have got the benefits in the sense of a sprint. Like, oh, you have them now? Yes, you did it. But I'm always looking to get the benefits of the long marathon. This lesson with the affiliate links and her taking a year to actually turn it on is a lesson that'll keep on giving for the rest of her life in different situations, in different opportunities that she may have. Me grabbing her and forcing her to go do it right then. You got to do it now because this is when you have to do it, and everybody's doing blah, 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 whatever you want to, whatever you want to use as an inspiring, forceful line. She would have done it, but she wouldn't have learned anything that was more valuable than the actual income that would come out of that. So that's what happens. Answer the question, why do I let my kids sometimes lose, like in that case, a year worth of potential income by not forcing her to do something and let her learning on her own? You see the value though, in the far end, in the distance of things. That's what I focus on. Always look at the step back and look at the long term. Step back and look at the big picture, at the marathon of things. That's gonna do it for today's topic. I'm gonna continue here on this haircut. Like I said, probably the only thing I would have changed is I would have used the big machine because my hair did grow quite a bit this week. But I'm already started here and I'm almost done, so I'll just keep on going here. I'm gonna get this haircut done real quick. I'll come back and say bye in just a bit. Folks, so that's gonna do it. That's a wrap for episode number 15, haircut number 15, week 15 of 52 haircuts in 1 year. That's a wrap. One thing before I kind of sign off here is I always clean up afterwards. I don't do it on the video. I may do a separate video on how I clean up the bathroom. So if you decide to start cutting your own hair, you also gotta be kind of meticulous in cleaning it up, because if you just do a quick little cleanup, the hair will keep on haunting you and your family or anybody else that lives with you and shares a bathroom with you kind of throughout, and it could be a pain. So I kind of have a system way. I have some magic tools that I've kind of learned to use that really just clean it all up, and kind of a trick way of making sure your sink doesn't get plugged up sooner than it has to because of all the hair that you're putting onto the sink. But I'll do a separate episode for that one, just a reminder here for you and for me too. If you want to follow me here, make sure you subscribe to the channel. If you want to follow me over on Instagram, I do something over there called Shirt of the Day, where I display one of my shirts that I have for sale in my store. My Instagram is linked in the description below, or just go search Mr. Albert Lopez, the same name as this channel, and I'll see you over on Instagram. I also give heads up on when my new 52 haircut episode is up on YouTube, but you'll get the alert if you subscribe here. I also do other videos over there, just kind of throughout my day, and showcasing the clothing that comes in, and anything new kind of starts there, and then if it becomes anything, I come do it here on YouTube. I also do Shirt of the Day here too, but we can interact over there a little bit more. So make sure you go follow me over on Instagram. If you got any questions, comments, or concerns, write them down in the comments below, and I'll get back to you there. If you want to go interact with me over on Instagram, we'll see you over on Instagram. Thanks for watching today's 52 haircuts a year, episode number 15. We'll see you next week for episode number 16. Bye.